unspeakable evil!
Well, hello again. It's All This Nightfire here, and I'm about to do a Gryphon HUD tutorial. Now, this will be the main HUD, as a few people have asked me what the buttons do, and don't quite understand the instructions that come with the Gryphon, because it's text instructions, there's no pictures. So I thought best way to do this is to make another video, seeing as you all liked my appearance HUD tutorial that I did a while ago. So this is it. I'm wearing my fledgling at the moment, but all the HUDs are basically exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which size you use. The only difference is with the cub size, or the hatchling size, sorry, they have a different layout because obviously they don't have as many animations, being a two-legged one instead of a quad one. So here we are. So you've got your Gryphon, you've just bought it. You might not have heavily modded it as I have done mine, and you've got your HUD, which you can see down here. You click it and it pops out. You might have to move it around and edit it to where it's more comfortable for you. Mine sits over there because I use my saddle a lot, and I have my saddle control HUD here, which I might add to this video now that I think about it, so you know what the saddle controls are. So this is your HUD. You've got your saddle, which if I click that, it will res a saddle out for my Gryphon. You've got your HUD button, so when you've got a rider sitting on there, you can issue a HUD to your rider, so they can control some of the controls that are on the HUD, which I will explain later. Let me just delete this. You've got your nest, which will res out a little nest for your Gryphon to sit in. You get your perch, which is basically the same for you to sit on for when you're sitting back and paying attention to things. You have your log, again, another seating to always make your Gryphon all nice and comfortable. You have this button, which will basically res your undeformer. So if you are undeformed, you can sit on this and it will restart it and put everything out. Please be aware that obviously when you sit on this thing, it will compact your Gryphon, because obviously it turns the undeformer off, or resets it basically. So even if you sit on it and you're sitting there and you think, oh, I look wrong, give it a couple of minutes and it will reset itself, and you're basically literally your Gryphon will pop back into shape. It's really funny. You've got this button, which will actually bring up a map to show you where your nearest build location is. This is very helpful when you either need to res your saddle or res your undeformer. The nearest place here that's completely open to new people here is the hatching circle, which is 3 minutes return, which is over there, as you can see. So it will find the nearest open build area for you to res in, which is quite helpful. Now these are your settings. Obviously these will control if your tail flick. I've got a different tail, so this won't work for me, but it can basically make your tail swish side to side and etc. No assist, which is basically assisted flying. You've got your glide off, so when you stop flying in the air, you would glide down. AO sit off, so if you sat down, if I force sit now, my AO automatically takes over the sit. I can turn that off. Cycle off, which is basically it's to do with your dance animations. Stop all animations, and then auto remotes. Auto remotes is when you do little things like this. And if I say no, my Gryphon shakes his head. If I say yes, my Gryphon nods and tweets. So that's the auto remotes that you do. You also have another auto remote that's quite handy. If you press page down and press, say, backwards, you sit. I'm obviously standing on something that's getting in the way, but usually you sit. So page down, backwards, I sit. Like so. If I press page down left or right, I will lay in that direction. Like so. Which is quite little handy things if you're walking around. My zoom's in pretty tight there, there we go. So that's basically that one. If you press this little box here, you go on to your next page. Oh, I've left myself on a thing. There we go. These will be for you to customise your Gryphon how you want it to look. So you can eyes. I've got angry eyes at the minute because I'm evil, but I can change my eye settings to like open, slightly closed, more closed, angry eyes, and then just opens. Kind of like dopey kind of look. So I usually go for 4 on mine. Ears, I can decide at the minute my ears are back because I've added some horns, but I can put my ears forward, a little back, bit more back, all the way back, all the way down back, and then to the side, which I think looks really funny. I wouldn't be walking around with it, but I'm trying to, it looks like a Gryphon Yoda. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. Dee's probably going to slap me for saying that. Yeah, so I usually... Oh, I don't even have my ears there. Where do I have my ears? I've moved my ears to the wrong... There we go. There we go, that's right. So that does your ears. You got your claws. Claw clutch is basically if I fly, my claws close, which are automatic when you're flying. But you can, you know, if you're sitting on something or something, you can decide what you want your claws to be. I think the default set 1, but you can, you know, change the poses of your claws if need be. But your default stage is 1 on that because you're walking around. Paws, which is paw position. That only has 2, which is basically down and up. It's like their version of grip, in case it doesn't work for whatever reason you're sitting on, if you've turned the AO off or something. Tail won't work on mine, but it will basically do the tail movement interval, so how much it swishes side to side. Basically almost the same as what you saw in the settings bit. Your wings, they will pop out. They're handy for when you are either editing your appearance, you just pop your wings out so you can see what colours you're changing, things like that, or you can when you're editing other bits on there, it's very handy, and then you can pop them away. Click that again, we get to our poses. Pose is, you'll get a drop down menu and it will basically do all the emotes that the Gryphon will do. Also, if you go to the next page, you'll do little poses. Most people like this one, the heraldic pose that you see on crests or something, you know. But I mean, you can be like screech, and so basically all your emotes really. Sleep, look like a dead Gryphon, you know. Say that kind of stuff. And then if you want to stop your animation, you just walk and it'll pop out the pose that you've decided. Stance is where you used to stand there and pop your wings out, so that's kind of like, and if you click stance, you get a different set of poses. You get different kind of things you can do, so you can bow, you can do an animation of stretching, you've got the wing flap one, so you get on your hind legs. I'm a bit laggy today, but you try that again without the lag. So you get your wing flap, preen, also preferable without the lag, but yeah, preen. Try again without the lag. Preen. which is quite nifty. You know, just sit there and preen your wings, and just the different. You can put your wings down, and that does a whole different kind of things. So, which is quite good. So you can turn stance off when you do that closed. Sit, lay, self-explanatory. They're just like the buttons if you have your HUD open for what the hotkeys do. Dance. You can make your Gryphon dance. You can cycle between dances with these arrows. If you change this, that will basically mean it'll cycle through dances. That means it'll stay on that particular one dance. If you do that one, it will cycle. You can set the time it will cycle between each dance. But the default one is pretty good anyway, so you're alright. And then you go on to the last one, AO. Basically turns the AO on and off. That one is your height. That one, so basically your flight assist height. That one is your buoyancy in water. So you want to keep that on. So basically when you fall into water, you'll float. That's your your hotkeys. It'll list what it does. That's to fix your camera, which will come up overhead, which is quite good. I mean, it's something that you can have an experiment with. I don't usually play with this unless I'm on my saddle, and then I do different camera angles, especially when I'm filming. These ones will turn on and off your little chat emotes. You know, when I did the smiley face and yes and no, that will turn that on and off. That turns your sounds that your Gryphon makes on and off. So if you want to do smiley face but you don't want it to caw and screech every time you do it, you can turn that off. That one's to reload animations. So if you've got a note card in there, you've put your own note card in there or anything else, that's where you put that one. And obviously settings are there. Oops. Spam my screen. And then it's just back to the main page again. So that's basically it for like the main Gryphon HUD. I'll see how long this video is, and I will either attach the saddle HUD guide onto here, or I might actually make a separate video for it now I'm thinking about it, because it'll make it easier. So yeah, this is it for the Gryphon HUD guide. Thank you for watching. I hope this helps you out, but if you have any questions at all at any time, ask a member of staff. But if you're in limbo here like me and you cannot find a member of staff and you popped over, open the chat window on the group, or not even in the group, to ask for help, these little guides boards here will pop up and tell you whoever is online at any one time. So you can see, that's depressing, I'm the only mentor on online, and then the guardians, if there's not many there at that time. I'm the only one online at the minute. But yeah, tick one of those and no doubt there'll be somebody about who can help you, or will know how to get hold of somebody who can help you. We won't abandon you. So yeah, I hope this has been really helpful for you, and I'll start the saddle HUD guide in a moment. Take care.